What's up, guys? We're going to do the review on this Ibanez. This is the RG60 ALS. It's got the Fernandez Sustainiac on it, which is pretty sweet. So let's go through the features and then try it out. Okay, this metal beauty has some really cool features. It's got a beautiful, it's purple edged, but it's like a purple to flat black satin burst here, and it's really hard to capture on camera. So spin it around a little bit so you can see it, but really nice. I mean, they always have flawless finishes, so I'm always really impressed with those guys. And this is a pretty innovative one too. Okay, so this guitar features the Edge 02 Tremolo system. Seems to be the Ibanez variation of Floyd Rose. You guys can tell me in the comments what your favorites are. I think the pin blocks are pretty cool. The only downside with the pin blocks is that those are proprietary, so my repair supplies are not going to work on it. But we'll put it through paces and check it how it works out. Very cool pickup. This is the Dimarzio Fusion Edge pickup, and I love the aesthetic. Satin metal is beautiful, and the 12 pole piece is pretty unique. Very cool. It does feature the Sustainiac, which has a bunch of really cool sustain features, so I'll show you that in a little bit, and we'll go through some of the tone options with that. They have some massive control plates on this, but I know it's got some extra circuitry because of the Sustainiac. On the website, it calls it a Nyato wood body, which I've never seen before, so that's very interesting to see what kind of either environmental reasons to go with that or tone options. So I'll do a little bit more research. And yeah, 9-volt battery. I love when they cut this out. That's kind of an Ibanez standard, but it makes setups way quicker. Clean heel as to be expected. Love this wizard neck. This is going to be what they call Panga and walnut. Very interesting combo. I haven't seen Panga. It looks like a version of Wenge or something, but very porous, very dark, and we'll see how it feels in a second. Traditional tuners for them. No locking on this one, which is quite all right. They always use pretty good hardware. Locking nut at the top. I love their slide truss rod design. Saves when you don't have a tiny jeweler's screwdriver to take that off if you need to adjust the truss rod, so that's great. Cool dots that kind of split halfway on the 12, so you got the top ones and the bottom ones, which I like, and a bound fingerboard. Their fretting is always really, really on point, so I've never had fret sprout or anything like that. So let's plug it in and take a listen. Okay, we're gonna plug this thing in. I'm gonna tell you the feel. A little bit on my background. I play a little bit. I used to play shred. Now I do a lot more blues and kind of other styles. So I will give you that perspective as my nope. Okay, we're gonna plug this thing in and try it out a little bit, but I will have to make Okay, we're gonna plug this thing in and try it out, but I do have to make the slight, Okay, we're gonna plug this thing in and try it out a little bit, but I do have to mention that I'm not a full-time shredder, so I started out doing that, but now I do a lot more blues and kind of jazz stuff. So if you really want a hardcore, in-depth adjustment on, nope. If you really want an in-depth review from like a shredder perspective, then this is gonna be a little bit, nope. This is going to be more of like a general view of the guitar as opposed to applying specifically to like death metal or shred. So anyway, the neck is really nice. You know, wizard necks, they're always really flat, really even, normally a 16-inch radius. This one's a little bit more D-shaped than the other ones I've played, and it's a little bit thicker actually, surprisingly. So I don't know, I need to play more from like the modern series to see if this is a normal trend that they're moving towards. But it's more of like D shape, right? So instead of being an even curve, it's like it does sharp and then goes flat in the middle of it and then kind of goes down. So that is a little bit different than I expected. It's also a little bit wider than I remember the Ibanez necks being, so maybe that's specific to this model. But it fills out the hand and makes it a little bit harder to play for me. But I also don't have the biggest hands, so this might be something for someone with like a Steve Vai grip, right? Okay, so one other thing too is I'm going to try to do 3 quick tones for you so you can hear clean, like a blues tone, and then something heavier, just in case this is the only video you watch. Yeah, I worked with this a little bit, and it turns out that it's volume, tone, Sustainiac, but this is actually the on for the Sustainiac, right? So I'll demo that with clean so you can really hear, outside of any gain structure, how much the Sustainiac is really working. So it has 3 modes. I believe that's bass, that's equal and like mid, and then this is Sustainiac on the treble, and then we have our normal 3-way switch up here. So I'm gonna start with the neck, just play the guitar tones, then we'll go back and do the Sustainiac. Okay, this is gonna be the neck on the clean tone. This is going to be middle position on the clean tone. Okay, this is going to be bridge on the clean tone. Okay, so you really only have those 3 tone options. There's no split on this, but we're going to turn on the Sustainiac so you can hear that on clean, so you know exactly what it's doing, not just the distortion. So turn it on, and we're going to put it on the top position. If I just play open, you can hear it's the low notes that start to vibrate, right? Now if I go to the middle position here, same thing. It's those middle strings, right? Middle overtone, at least. Then if you go all the way down, it's going to be the higher ones. Back to the top. That's going to be the bass side. And then finally, middle. Okay, this is going to be my best shred impression. Neck pickup on my Loomis setting on the Kemper, and just some sloppy shred. Okay, now with the Sustainiac, kind of cool. Just goes forever, right? Even if you bend, pretty nice. It's a really important note. If you want to get like a pinch harmonic squeal, you shouldn't be on that north pot, that north position. Real quick note, if you want to get low squeal out of your low E string or your A, you're not going to be able to be on the all the way north position on the Sustainiac because it's going to just make the fundamental note kind of ring out more like this. Right? Whereas if I go all the way down and try to get to the high note, then the pinch harmonic comes out. So if you're doing some Pantera stuff, keep that in mind. Okay, overall, really cool guitar. Not my cup of tea, but I'm sure if I was into animals as leaders or for your Tesseract or some other crazy stuff, I don't know, tag me in your comments. This would be the perfect guitar. So it's got a lot of really cool features, just a wider neck than I use, and a little bit squashed for like more traditional stuff. So if you're hyper focused and you're doing some heavy metal and some progressive, this is gonna be a perfect guitar for you. Hit the like button and click subscribe so I can keep making these videos, and let me know what your favorite guitars are down in the comments. I will try to chase them down and do some reviews. These are not sent to me by the companies. These are just ones that come through on repair, and I wanna give you my honest review. So yeah, pretty cool guitar. We'll see you soon.